Sam. He's a new performer. He's excellent. You guys are going to love him. All right. Give him a real hearty applause, too.
Blacksburg, how's it going, everybody? Yes. Feel like an Arab king. Everybody, thank you so much for attending. My name is Sammy. I'm new to this. I'm not that great. It's a free show. Fuck off. So here's the thing. A lot of you know me, or some of you know me, as the guy who dressed up as Borat 2 years ago. I dressed up as Borat and I was targeting women. I was going around trying to ask them to marry me for green cards. Now I do that when I'm even not dressed up as Borat. It's a little bit difficult. Now, I'm from the Middle East, and I gotta say something. The Middle East is not the most represented group, well represented group in the United States. And I gotta say this because whenever we're filling government documents, we're always checking in white, or basically white without the white privilege. You know what I don't get in terms of privilege is every time I'm at the airport, I go in and get the occasional pat down. The TSA agent is always like, all right, where's the gloves? And that's when I'm like, this is the only time I get any form of human contact. If you guys got it, that's great. If you guys didn't, you had a great childhood. Now, so, I think I have a pretty unique story. I moved to the States around 5 years ago. I lived with a very, very American host family. I mean, these guys were from the South. I mean, Jesus Christ. They were from the South, but they were very accepting people. I loved them. So my host dad is named Jim. He's a very gentleman-like old man. You know, he's an old man. And one time, he was like, Sam, you should come spend Christmas with my family. Now, my family's in deep South Roanoke. They're a little bit on the southern side, but I think it'll make for a great experience. Have you ever had Christmas? And I was like, no, never. We don't do that shit over there. And so, you know, there was a beautiful spread. There was a Christmas spread. People were having cornbread. They were having a great time. I was just trying to, you know, I was a little bit shy. I'm a shy guy, you know. And trying to get some cornbread. And out of nowhere, old man right behind me, Simon! And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you ever shot a gun before, son? And I was like, no. You're telling me you're from the Middle East and you never shot a gun before? I was like, no, I'm from the city. Like, we never do that. Our city was kind of liberal. We didn't like that shit. It's done enough. And listen, man, I shit you not. I had that sniper for the first time Christmas Eve, and I just obliterated that freaking pumpkin. And let me tell you something, that shit felt natural. I don't care. But yeah, man, so I have a pretty interesting story. Like I said, so every time people see me, they see that I'm different. I act like I'm different. I act like I'm not from here. So every time I talk, you know, I talk a little bit proper sometimes. And sometimes there's always this lady, you know, there's always this older lady, early 40s, mid 40s. And she's like, wow, they talk to me like I'm a pet, right? Wow, you speak really good English. Where'd you learn that? I was like, I went to Catholic school. Ha! There's always that. Oh, the ha! You know, like it's fucking acting class. I was like, she's like, so you guys have Catholic schools over there? I was like, lady, Jesus was not that far from me. Like, he was right across the block. I lived on 238 Main Street. He lived on 244. Jesus did not venture out that far, folks. He did not. He didn't fucking travel around. He was Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior. Some of us. I would say he didn't have any air miles on his Air Bethlehem credit card. But I do want to show of hands, how many of you guys have been to the career fair at Virginia Tech? Engineering career fair, come on. Okay, so not a lot of you guys. So I'm assuming some of you guys are going to have a career. The rest of you guys are going to have OnlyFans accounts. No, so that's fine. It's accepted. So a few weeks ago I had to dress up, I had to wear a suit, and I shit you not, I looked like the most sketchy Arab salesman from DC. I swear to God. I was like this guy who's just trying to sell you anything. I would go to fucking recruiters. You know, the recruiters are tired of talking to people. I'd go in, fucking sales pitch. Go in there and be like, listen, why do you have to hire a Camry when you can get a Lexus? So, it is so ingrained in our system. We kind of have that prerequisite of marketing skills just within us. I mean, you never see an Arab guy getting a marketing degree. You'll just never see it. I mean, we've taken those classes in the womb. We negotiate our entire life. I mean, how the fuck else do we get to the United States? We're constantly negotiating with the visa officers and the police. Oh my God, what are you here for? Oh, I'm here to get a good job. Really, you're a sketchy dude. Anyway, so, originally from Iraq. Not the most favorite country in the world. Let's be very open about that. And to be honest, you know, every country that's not America has very similar shit. They all have street food. They all have unsanitary conditions, non-organic options. None of their cage-free products are on the shelves. And so one time I was walking in the streets of the capital, Baghdad, which is a ruin. Not now, but a few years ago, it was ruins. You know, so you'd walk in these streets, and it was beige colored. It was just covered in beige and sand, and it smelled like gasoline, and it smelled like wealth that never really developed, or wealth that never really got there. And it's kind of funny. So, you know, I walk in and I see this guy who just life has beaten the shit out of him. I mean, seriously, this guy has had it so bad. He decided he's gonna start his business right there, right by this street corner. And I shit you not, I mean, there's no licenses there. Nobody has to get a license. Nobody has to get any clearance in order to start a restaurant. And he started his restaurant right there, and he was selling falafels. You know, he fries that shit in an oil that is as black as the dark void that fills his soul after the remnants of the war. It's a little bit morbid, I gotta say. And so I see him making that falafel, and I turn around to my brother, and I say, listen man, is this sanitary? Is it sanitary to eat this? I see flies in this food. And he's like, Sammy. Well, first of all, he doesn't sound like that. He said, Sammy, the flies would not be on the food if it wasn't delicious. And I was like, holy shit! I told the fucking shop, whatever guy, I was like, listen man, wrap that shit up in the most plastic and even put those fucking flies in there. I was gonna eat those fucking flies. But hey everybody, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.